My sister sent me a wedding gift list with 7 high-end items, a Mercedes, a Cartier watch, and more. I skipped 2. She texted, "You left out 2 gifts. Don't come." Mom added, "She deserves better. It's her special day." I replied, "Got it." The next morning, I canceled the rest, pulled my financial support for the catering, and what I did next changed everything. My sister's wedding wasn't a celebration, it was a spectacle. The kind with custom hashtags, rented swans, and a videographer obsessed with slow-motion wine pours. Lauren didn't just want to wed, she wanted to go viral. I was drinking coffee when her email hit my inbox. Subject, gift assignments, final. No hi, no hope you're well, just an attachment and a curt note. Confirm your items, you're the eldest, you can handle it. No excuses. I opened the spreadsheet. A Mercedes C-Class, a Cartier tank watch, a Gucci bag, designer lounge chairs, a crystal chandelier, a premium coffee machine, and a Waterford bar set. Luxury, brand new, full price. Some had my name pre-assigned, others were marked open. I laughed, not out of humor, but because this was classic Lauren. She'd always treated me like her personal ATM. When she needed college fees, I paid. When she wanted to discover herself in Santorini, I covered flights and her villa. When Mom's mortgage lagged 3 months, I sent the funds without a second thought. It wasn't the money. I earn well, live comfortably, no kids, no major ties. It was the expectation, the entitlement, the absence of thanks. Still, I ordered 5 items, paid in full, added a note, "Wishing you all the joy. Congrats, Lauren. I thought that was enough." The next day, her text, "You skipped 2, don't come." Then Mom, in the family group chat, "She deserves better. It's her special day." I stared at the screen. The boldness wasn't shocking, it was draining. I typed, deleted, then typed again, got it. That was it. I opened my financial app, reviewed wedding transactions. I'd done more than gifts, co-signed vendor contracts, fronted deposits, managed logistics because, as Lauren said, I'm slammed with content creation. The coffee machine? On my card. Catering deposit? My account. They needed someone dependable. The florist? Booked through my email for my better organization. I clicked each transaction, canceling payments. No yelling, no threats, just adjustments. She said, "Don't come?" Fine. I wasn't leaving empty-handed. She wanted a show. She'd get one, just not her script. This didn't start with the wedding. It began with a call 8 years ago. "Don't tell Mom yet," Lauren said. "I need a break." She'd failed her first semester, badly, blaming toxic classmates, petty professors. Then she pitched Santorini, casual as suggesting coffee. A few months to recenter, maybe try meditation, blog about it. Flights, villa, that pricey wellness retreat from Instagram, all on my card. I sent weekly cash, just in case. She stayed 2 extra months, unintentionally. I said nothing. Back home, she threw a welcome back party. She grinned, posted pics, tagged me # best brother. I paid the tab. No one mentioned the loan. A year later, Mom's roof caved in after a storm. Dad had just left. Insurance wouldn't cover it. I drove over with a check in my pocket, handed it to Mom before her panic settled. She teared up, called me her savior, then never brought it up again. There's a pattern. I enabled it. When Dad left, I didn't grieve. I calculated. Mortgage, bills, subscriptions. I rerouted payments, consolidated debt, told myself I was practical. Lauren called me steady. Mom called me our anchor. Neither asked how I was. I was the one who didn't complain, had a solid job, got it. They mistook love for reliance, and I allowed it. Lauren called from new cities, new ventures, graphic design, then ocean conservation, then a startup that fizzled in a month. I sent money without question, thinking it was easier than fighting. Then the wedding. 2 months out, she texted, "I'm swamped. Can you manage some vendor calls? You're so good at sounding official." I agreed, became the point person, fronted deposits, wrote emails, streamlined schedules, all to help. No talk of repayment ever. Then the list. 7 luxury items, my name next to 5. I bought them, not out of joy, but because saying no felt foreign, like a skill I'd never practiced. Then her text. You skipped 2. Don't come. Mom's echo. She deserves better. I sat on my couch, staring. Something snapped, not like breaking glass, but like silence shattering in a room where no one saw me. I made coffee, poured 2 mugs. My friend Jake, high school buddy, was over, saw my face. You good? She sent me a bill for her wedding, a spreadsheet with my name and luxury items. And you? Bought 5. Jake stirred his coffee. If you were a bank, they'd at least say thanks. No laughs this time. That night, I opened my laptop, pulled up the vendor folder, catering, florist, decor, all unpaid balances, just deposits. I recalled the venue contract, forwarded to me with, "Can you check this?" Too complicated. I was secondary signer. They didn't just lean on me, they counted on me, assumed I'd show up, pay up, stay quiet. Not this time. Wedding morning came quietly. No texts, no calls, just a hum like before a storm. I made coffee, sat on my patio, watched the sky shift. I hadn't told anyone my plan, not even Jake. He just gave me a look last night. You sure? I nodded. He nodded back. At 9 a.m., my calendar pinged. Lauren's wedding, 1:30 p.m. I smiled, opened my laptop, started. First, Elegant Bites Catering, prepaid 6 weeks ago because Lauren was overwhelmed. Email subject, payment authorization revoked. Body, effective immediately, suspend service. Prior payment withdrawn due to unauthorized use of my financial identity. CC'd the event planner, then the florist, same message, different screenshot. 15 minutes to undo months of blind generosity. By 10 a.m., I was back on the patio, latte in hand, jazz playing softly. At 10:41, my phone buzzed. Lauren, what did you do? I didn't answer. 11:03, Mom, there's an issue with the appetizers. Florist says no payment. 11:06, Lauren, did you cancel stuff? Are you crazy? Do you know how this looks? I opened the group chat, where they'd told me not to come, and replied, got it. Then sent screenshots of the cancellation receipts, catering, florals, rentals, bar. It wasn't about destruction. It was about reclaiming what was mine. By 11:30, guests arrived. I wasn't there, but Jake sent a photo, folding chairs in a circle outside the venue, no music, no drinks. At 12:10, the planner called, Hi, Ethan, you're listed as financial contact. Caterers won't unload unpaid balance. Florist left. Is the balance paid? No, she whispered. Then we're done. I hung up. At 12:47, Lauren texted, You're making this harder than it needed to be. Me. You said don't come. Her. Not like this. Me. This is me not coming. By 1 p.m., it escalated. TikTok clips surfaced. A cousin I hadn't seen in years posted Lauren yelling at a staffer, captioned, Bride stressed as catering fails. Grandma bakes in the sun. 50,000 views in 2 hours. At 1:26, Jake called, Man, you're trending. How bad? Handwritten sign at the entrance. Guests seated once balance cleared. They're serving store-bought cupcakes. Someone brought their own wine. He stifled a laugh. I was on my patio, latte in hand. At 1:35, Mom's voicemail. You always need the spotlight. Couldn't give her one day, could you? I didn't finish it. I'd given Lauren her day, exactly as she demanded, without me. At 2 p.m., Lauren's final text. Hope you're proud. I was, not for the chaos, but for stepping out of her circus. She sent a bill, not an invite. I RSVP'd with silence and a balanced ledger. The next morning I woke without an alarm. No texts, no calls, just sunlight spilling across my floor. Something had shifted. I made real coffee, not the sugary mocha Lauren loved when she crashed at my place. I sat by the window, opened my email. One from Mr. Carter, my high school history teacher. I don't know what happened, but I've never seen a bride scream about missing appetizers while guests sat on plastic chairs. Sorry you went through that. Proud of you. I didn't know he was invited. Another email from my cousin Mia, absent 4 years. They swapped steak for sliders, plastic forks, and Lauren screamed at the cellist. Did you pull the plug? No emojis, just raw. I inhaled, opened Instagram. Guests posted filtered shots, cropped tight to hide the chaos, no wide angles of the venue. One reel from the photographer's assistant, not meant for public. A folding table, 2 gift boxes, one half open, Lauren's voice. This is ridiculous. Where's the Waterford set? The chairs? The bag? Her husband whispered into his phone. The planner said, "This wasn't the deal. We had a deposit." Silence, then black. No music, just reality. I closed Instagram. My phone buzzed. Lauren, just her name. I hesitated, answered. "You put me in a corner," she said. No greeting. I walked to my patio, city quiet below. Humiliation? Not a lesson? "You don't get it," she snapped. "It was our day. You had one job. Support me." "No," I said. "Your job was to love your brother, not bill him." Silence. "I told you not to come," she said. "You didn't, but you didn't need to sabotage us. You budgeted for a spectacle you couldn't pay for." She hung up. An hour later, Mom's voicemail on speaker. "You could have swallowed it for one day. She's your sister. She'd have done the same." I laughed. Lauren never did anything for me. No cards, no visits, not even coffee when I was laid up post-surgery. Everything flowed one way, from me to them. Now the tap was off. They were stunned. I didn't reply, didn't remind Mom I paid her car loan when she was jobless, covered Lauren's rent for 2 years, said yes, so often I forgot how to say no. I archived the voicemail. Then my phone rang. Dad, alone, not Mom and Dad. He'd moved to Colorado post-divorce, remarried, took up biking. We spoke once a year, maybe. "Hey, got a minute?" "Sure. Heard about the wedding. Mom's loud about it." I stayed quiet. "I'm not here to fix it," he said. "Just saying, it's time someone stood up. You always carried them. I shouldn't have let it happen. Proud of you." I swallowed hard. "Thanks. Means a lot." We didn't talk long, just enough. I opened the group chat, once full of Mom's stickers and Lauren's $900 bag links, now flooded. "You caused a scene when we needed unity. What kind of brother are you? Be the kind person you were. No apologies, just noise." I scrolled to Lauren's text. "You skipped too. Don't come." I muted the chat, archived it. Some lessons need saving. That night, an email from the caterer. Contract voided by primary contact. Refund processed. Balance outstanding. I stared at primary contact. That was the issue. I was their bank, their fixer, their fallback. Not anymore. I closed my laptop, looked out. No drama, just calm. 3 weeks later, a glittery envelope arrived, reeking of Lauren's overpriced perfume. A thank you for attending card, silver embossed with a filtered photo of Lauren and her husband dancing, edges blurred to hide the folding chairs, missing flowers, chaos. Below, in cursive, "Thank you for joining our day. See you soon." A guest list followed. No Ethan, just a blank space, like I'd been erased. They didn't do it out of spite, but habit, as if I'd never existed, never paid for their food, chairs, deposits, bailouts. I laughed, loud, a release pent up for weeks. They erased me. I'd erased their safety net. I made coffee, sat at my counter, opened my laptop, typed flights to Barcelona, one way. Booked it, no hesitation, window seat, no return. My lease was up soon, I didn't renew. Let them sort the rest. Barcelona was warm, quiet, kind. I stayed in a simple hotel, clean, good Wi-Fi, coffee with soul. Day 3, I found a cafe by the sea, no crowds, no influencers snapping avocado toast. Just me, a notebook, silence. My phone buzzed. Family chat. "Lauren, had to sell my bag. You ruined my day. Then, they're saying you sabotaged my wedding. A photo. Lauren, fake crying on a friend's couch, captioned, "Grateful for true friends." I blocked the number. They could make me the villain, the ungrateful one, the ghost. Disappearing was louder than staying. I'd funded their unfinished spectacle, left them with a balance, emotional, financial, real. They wanted gifts. I gave them a mirror. They wanted luxury. I gave them reflection. They wanted a performance. I gave them the silence after the curtain drops. 2 weeks later, a plain envelope arrived, forwarded from my old address. Inside, a printout of Lauren's registry, 7 items, 2 unchecked. In my handwriting, from when I still considered giving, a note. Don't mistake duty for love. I folded it, wrote RSVP, declined on the envelope, tucked it away. At the cafe, same table, sunlight on my coffee mug, a boy nearby asked his mom something in Catalan. She shrugged, smiled. I smiled back. My phone buzzed. Lauren, new number, no name. I let it ring until it stopped, turned it off, whispered, "Not today." She wanted a Cartier. I gave her a reminder. She wanted a car. I gave her accountability. She wanted a show. I gave her a lesson. I gave myself peace. The screen fades. Waves crash. A man sips coffee, uninvited from a chaos he never belonged to. Now I ask you, was I wrong? I didn't yell, didn't expose them, just stopped playing their game. They sent a bill, not an invite, saw me as a wallet, not a brother. I said got it and meant it. Would you have gone, smiled, acted like all was well, or drawn a line? Be honest. Was this strength or just letting go? What would you have done?